Hello family, I hope that you guys can hear me pretty well. I am out on my little balcony, whatever this is called. I don't know, I call it out back, okay? It's pretty loud out here because we have AC going and it's also raining a little bit. And I've got my son here with me. Hey kid. We're in our pajamas right now, right? We're gonna do a reading. Yeah, so let's see what we get. Let me actually feel a little bit of the energy right now. Lately it has been an overwhelming need to get things done, need to increase things, like things needing to be increased, things needing to be fixed, things needing to be perfect, and that's just honestly not realistic to have things perfectly done all the time. So a lot of the energy is saying give yourself grace. And you know, sometimes you don't need to have a huge purpose for certain things. Just give yourself grace. And if you're gonna move with purpose, just know that your purpose is already who you are as a person rather than a certain thing, a certain action. Now, a lot of the pressure that's going on right now may make you seem or make you feel as if you're not doing enough, but you definitely are. You're doing more than enough, and you're doing a lot for other people as well. And it's really just time to sink back in, not necessarily sink, but soak more so back into yourself, just to figure out your values, what you believe in, and how you want to continue your journey based off of what you've been learning in the past, what you learned from yesterday, what you're learning today. So let's see what the cards are actually saying. It says, never a crowd on the leading edge. Honor those who honor you. Wow, so this is really talking about where you're placing your energy. And are you placing your energy in people that have not shown you that, one, they can handle it, and two, that they are worth that energy because of how much energy you're putting into them? So really just be strategic about where you're placing your energy, and has it been reciprocating that energy? It's very much like a business plan and how you have ROI and return on investment. What are you getting back based off of that investment that you've offered to this person, or even companies in certain circumstances? How much are you getting back? And it's not always about what you're getting back, but when you throw out so much of your energy and you end up at a dead end with your own energy, you have to start asking yourself, is this worth it? Most times it's really not. If you're reaching burnout or if you are suffering, I can see if you're trying to build your endurance, or if you're trying to build how much you can handle, then yes, you know, it can be worth it. But when it is like, I have nothing left to give, why are you still offering stuff, you know? So honor those who honor you. So be very strategic about where you're placing your energy, so that the people who really have shown you that they're worth it and that they will make it great value, that you can offer it to them, because they're the ones that are worth it. They're the ones that put in that energy, and you can give them, or you can reciprocate to them that energy, or give them that ROI, that return on investment. You are invited is the next card. So this was the first one. Never a crowd on the leading edge. This is the one about reciprocating energy and honoring those who honor you. And then the next one we have is angel number 9, which is saying that you are coming up towards a completion of a phase. And the phase that you might have been in before might have been like, oh, okay, I feel like I'm never going to get started. I feel like this is not going to happen. I'm losing faith in it. And now the stage that you're in is the go-getter stage, the stage where you're in the midst of it, where you're trying to figure out everything, and when you're really putting in all the work. So this is the determination phase for you, or maybe this is the rest phase for you, the 11-11 phase, or maybe this is the 4-4-4, the 5-5-5 phase, who knows what phase. But you're coming up to an ending of whatever phase you're in, and then the ball's really going to flow a lot easier after this phase. So you are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. So you're going to be invited to these spaces that are allowing you to be your authentic self. What are you doing? You're showing up to places that are allowing you to be your authentic self without you having to be this always put together person, or this, I have to be this certain type of way because of the environment that I'm in. You're being allowed and invited into these spaces that want you more than the persona you've been upkeeping. So just keep that in mind. This is really a great time to let yourself flow, because you're nothing like what you were before, and you're falling more into yourself, which allows you to fall more into your purpose. But first, you must let go of what you feel or thought beforehand that your purpose was, and just let it flow. You know, your purpose is already who you are. Your purpose is not consumed of the actions that you do, but it's more so who you are. So you can't say my purpose alone, because we have multiple purposes, yes. But our purpose is always going to be consistent with who we are, what we love doing, our hobbies. Those are our purposes. It's already embedded in who we are. So keep that in mind. There's no one purpose that you have. The only one that's consistent is who you are, and who you are in that moment that you're doing that thing. Next one is stop and take in the view. So this is really just celebrating your magnificence, celebrating what you've learned on the way, sitting in your present life and saying, I've grown here, I've grown there, and I'm so proud of myself, instead of dwelling and saying, I haven't grown here as much as I wanted to. It's more so time to focus on where you have grown, looking back on yourself and saying, this is what the year has looked like for me, this is what the last quarter has looked like for me, and I'm super proud of this, that, and the third. Because constantly we're always judging ourselves and thinking of what we haven't done yet. But we need to set aside enough time for us to celebrate our own magnificence and how much we've overcome, because each day we are overcoming different thoughts, beliefs, patterns, behaviors, addictions, all of those things. So keep that in mind as well. Keeping up. Wow. So life is moving super fast right now for a lot of us, and it's really gonna be kind of chaotic, and I'm feeling a lot of sensory overload. So a lot of overstimulation, a lot of overactivity, being included kind of in too many things at once. So bye baby. Try to set aside time for you to have rest. Like actually schedule rest time into your calendar. A lot of people schedule things like they'll have 9 to 1. I'm going to be working at this place, and then 1:30 to 5 I'm gonna be working on that, or spending time with this person, and then like they don't schedule the rest of their day for like their rest that they need. And it's very important that we do that, because we're so consumed with scheduling things all the time, making sure we have enough time here and there. But you also have to schedule in rest, because that's one of the most important and valuable things that keeps us getting to our goal. There is no success really without rest. You will reach burnout at some point. You will reach a lack of interest, where you're just not interested in anything, a lack of motivation, a lack of inspiration, because you've overstimulated yourself, and your mind, body, and spirit is like, I'm done. Like, I can't keep moving like this. That happens. So be very cognizant of that. Be very cautious of that. If you love something so much, you must make sure that you're also taking rest from it, so that you don't smother yourself with it. You always want to be inspired with the things that you love. It's almost like a relationship. Like, you don't want to spend every waking moment with that person. You want to give a breather, a breather, so that you can be grateful when you meet back up with that person. Although spending a lot of time with people that you love is truly great, but you also need time to yourself as well, so you can get to know you outside of the person that you're with, the friends that you're with, the intimate relationships that you're in. Okay, so the next card we got is do not drink poison. Do not do things that you know are bad for you. So this is self-talk. You know how you're just like, oh, well, I wish I had done this. You're like talking about the past. That's something that can be poison for you. It depends on the perception or the perspective that you're looking at. If you're saying, I could have did this, that's a more healthy way of saying I should have done this, because there's no should have. There is no way for you to go back and fix it. However, now learning in the future, you're saying I could do this now. This is something that will work for me, or this is something that I may want to try out that may be more effective than what I've done in my past life. and the right way, learning to create what you desire. So a lot of this I really feel like has to do with affirmation, the way you speak to yourself. And if you're constantly dwelling on what you should have done in the past, you're not able to focus on what you can be doing right now to enhance your life. So focus on creating what you want rather than focusing on what you don't want and how you created that in your life. Focus more of that energy on, this is what I want. So if you're in a dark place, allow yourself to kind of observe that dark place. Well, why am I here? What took me here? What triggered me? What can I change, or what have I learned from this experience? And then kind of writing out how you want to live your life going forward. If you kind of understand what I'm saying. So let's say you're in a place where you don't have a lot of money or something. You're gonna write down what you've learned from the past about money. Maybe you have a lot of triggers that come from childhood that are stemming from money. Maybe you were always taught that there wasn't enough. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Maybe you were always taught that there wasn't enough for everybody. Those things can really hurt your subconscious mind and make you feel like you are not worthy of anything because there's not enough, and you want to make sure everyone else has what they need. So make sure that you're looking at those thoughts, observing them, and kind of learning from them rather than soaking and sitting in those thoughts without an actual tangible plan, a plan to help yourself incorporate better things into your life, help yourself create the life that you desire. And that is pretty much the reading that I have for today. Let's pick one tarot card. We use oracle cards. So the Four of Wands came out, and for me personally, I always see the Four of Wands as a spiritual connection and as someone on the other side really supporting you. Generally, I feel maternal, like grandmother today. Maternal grandmother, a great grandmother. But I'm also feeling a grandfather as well, or like a very manly presence, very masculine, could be an uncle. And I love to see Four of Wands. Four of Wands is also saying that you're protected and that you can do this. You just have to welcome in that protection that you have, and you have to be intentional with it. And I just saw a white butterfly, so that's another sign that someone in the spiritual realm is definitely connecting to you through numbers, through feathers, through white butterflies, through animals that glare at you for a long period of time, and it's like, I feel like you're sending me a message, but I don't know what you're saying. White flowers, flower petals being left at your door, dimes being left at your door, all of that. There's definitely someone's grandfather coming through, or a manly presence, a manly spirit guide coming through for a lot of people. This is also saying that you can handle the masculine energy that is coming up at this time, but make sure you're balancing it as well, is what I'm feeling. So that masculine energy can be kind of undesired or desired depending on the aspects of it that you're indulging in. So masculine energy can be independent, but it can also be overly independent. That feminine energy can be insecure, or it can be very intuitive, you know? So just dive into the ones that make you feel good, the aspects of that make you feel good. And when you experience something that you don't enjoy, that you don't like, that you don't want to indulge in, expose yourself to why you are, one, repeatedly indulging in something that you do not like, two, speaking to yourself in that way, or treating yourself in that way, and three, why this keeps coming up. Get down to the root of these issues or these challenges that you have in your life, and that will help you manage a lot of that frustration, a lot of that disappointment, a lot of whatever doesn't feel good to you. So yeah, so say hi to all those spirit guides that showed up for you guys, those angel messengers, and give gratitude because you have a lot of support. The fact that they came through in a reading that wasn't even medium based is incredible, and you're gonna do great. You're already doing great. Give gratitude to yourself for everything that you're already overcoming. You are doing a remarkable job. Stand tall, hold your head up, and I love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and share this with anyone who may need this message. Maybe if you're starting a business, maybe if they're starting school, maybe if they're starting a new phase in their life. And also don't forget to like and subscribe, because that helps us all out so that I can make more and more content to help empower you all, and also look into the spiritual realm and see what's going on with the energy. And I'll see you guys in another video. Hope you enjoyed this one.